Once upon a time in a small village, there lived an old man named Samuel. Samuel was known for his wisdom and the stories he shared with the villagers. People from far and wide would come to seek his advice and guidance. One day, a young man named David, feeling frustrated and unhappy with his job, decided to visit Samuel for some guidance. David found Samuel sitting on a bench near a serene river, lost in his thoughts. With a smile, Samuel welcomed David and asked him what was bothering him. David explained how he felt trapped in his job, dispassionate, and unfulfilled. He expressed his desire to quit but was uncertain about whether it was the right decision. Samuel listened attentively and nodded empathetically. Then, he began to share a story from his own youth. He told David about a time when he worked as a farmer. Samuel explained how he would wake up early every morning, tending to his fields, and cultivating crops with dedication and passion. One day, as Samuel was toiling in the scorching sun, he noticed a bird building its nest on a nearby tree. The bird tirelessly flew back and forth, gathering twigs and leaves, constructing its humble abode with great care. Samuel marveled at the bird's diligence and couldn't help but admire its unwavering commitment. Days turned into weeks, and the bird's nest was complete. Samuel, curious to see the end result, observed it closely. To his surprise, he noticed that the bird had constructed its nest on a thin, fragile branch. Samuel worried that even a gentle breeze could destroy the bird's home. Just as he was pondering over this, a strong gust of wind swept through the field. Samuel watched in awe as the tree swayed violently, threatening to break under the pressure. But to his astonishment, the bird's nest remained intact. It swayed along with the branches, adapting to the changing environment, and never once did it falter or fall. The old man looked at David, his eyes shining with wisdom, and said, "You see, my dear friend, sometimes in life, we find ourselves perched on fragile branches, much like that bird's nest. Our jobs may become challenging, uninspiring, or monotonous, but it is during these moments that we must remember the bird's lesson. The bird did not abandon its nest when faced with adversity. Instead, it adapted, held on firmly, and weathered the storm. Likewise, when you find yourself questioning whether to quit your job, consider if it's merely a passing storm or a persistent gust that cannot be endured. Sometimes, the true test lies in finding the strength within ourselves to adapt, persevere, and seek opportunities for growth." David listened intently, his heart resonating with Samuel's words. He realized that quitting his job might not be the only solution. Perhaps there were ways he could change his perspective, seek new challenges, or acquire new skills that would reignite his passion. As David left Samuel's side, he felt a renewed sense of determination. He knew that, like the bird, he had the power to adapt and flourish even in the face of adversity. From that day forward, he approached his job with a fresh perspective, seeking opportunities for growth and ultimately discovering fulfillment and joy. And so, the story of the old man's advice lived on, inspiring many others to embrace change, persevere, and find fulfillment, reminding them that sometimes the most profound transformations occur when we learn to adapt rather than quit.